Today I want to show you how I built this compartmentalized storage cubby. Obviously it's made out of plywood and you can use it for many things. This my wife is gonna use for her daycare to put toys and stuff. I drew a diagram and labeled what pieces to cut. So for you it's gonna seem as if I'm just cutting a bunch of plywood, but just stick around, it'll make sense in the end. For this project, I'm not gonna be using nails or screws. I'm gonna be using dados and glue. Because it's so many moving pieces that are gonna be dadoed and so many small pieces that are gonna be fitting into different slots, it's important to stay organized and label each piece and label each side, which one's in, which one's out, which one's top, and which one's bottom. Once I'm done cutting all the pieces to their respective size, I proceed to change my blade to the dado set and I proceed to cut the dados. Also notice how I have a secondary fence. This is called the sacrificial fence. It's because the dado stack is very close to my fence and I don't want to damage my permanent fence. So that's why I use a sacrificial fence. If anything happens to that, it's good. I'll just replace it. When I said earlier I was done cutting all my pieces, I meant most of my pieces because some of these you can't really cut the exact size until you put everything together. And that's what you see me doing here, measuring to make sure that I creep things to the correct size so that it fits in just perfect inside the dado. And once I'm done cutting down all the pieces, it's time to glue up everything. And I'm gonna do this in 3 sections. This is kind of like if you're building a house and you're building the walls, and then you stand up the walls, and then you build the roof, and then you put the roof on top of the walls. Kind of like that, but on furniture. You'll see what I mean. And once the glue is dry, I'm gonna put all the pieces together and then make pretty much the whole thing come to life. This is kind of how it's gonna be set up. So now it's time to glue it all together. Um, I think it's less stressful like this because you're not worried about getting all the pieces in the same place and making sure they fit. Um, this way, I already made sure they fit and did a dry fit, and I know they do. So all I have to do now is put the glue on and put some clamps on. Now, the piece on this side, I'm not gonna put it on. I'm just gonna use it like this as a place to use the clamps. But once the glue is dry, I'm gonna turn it around and put it how it's supposed to be. Right now, I just need somewhere to put the clamps on. But I guess I forgot to record when I actually turned it around and actually put glue on it. But here's the finished product. Well, not finished, but the complete pieces put up. All I have to do now is put the backer board. Now I'm gonna use two pieces because I don't have a full sheet, but you won't be able to see the seam, so it'll be all right. I'm gonna be installing this toe kick using pocket holes. I think it's strong enough and it'll do its job. Also, I put a round over the whole thing, and where there's little bits of holes because it is plywood, I'll just fill it in with wood filler. And once I'm done with that, I put the backer board and flush trimmed it to its size before actually putting all the nails on it. And here's what I'm talking about. I used a full sheet or a bigger sheet on the top and then another sheet to the bottom. You won't be able to see the seam from the front because it's in the middle of a shelf, so it's perfectly good and practical, I guess you could say. Then I'll just screw it all in and make sure it's not going anywhere. And that's it. It's nice and easy, practical, small, not too heavy, and very strong. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Enjoy. Oh, by the way, I did seal it up. I used Ruby Monocoat Cotton White, but I spare you from watching the whole finishing process. It's pretty much the same as everything else. Bye.